So I guess one of my first questions is, you guys had this rehearsal process, which is really unusual. So you guys went up to Oregon like a couple of weeks ahead of filming. How much of that was to just get you guys to bond so that that friendship felt real in the film?
Rob Reiner has said in interviews and has talked with me about that he had pulled together these four guys who he knew were good actors, right? And that we were going to be able to be these characters. But he said that he wanted us to have a real grounding in just kind of like what you get on your first day of like proper training, improv training and scene training and just getting comfortable in your body and things like that. And they pulled all the furniture out of a suite in the hotel, and we spent a week in this big empty room playing theater games that I loved to play, that I still love to play as an adult. We did a whole bunch of yes and exercises and mirroring exercises and things.
Didn't you do a thing where one or more of you were blindfolded?
Did we do the blindfold game? I can't remember.
I don't remember blindfolding, but what I do remember specifically, we had 3 games that I can remember. One was called the mirror game. And that was where we would stand in front of each other and we would repeat every motion that the other person would do. The other was the telephone operator game, where we would try to connect each other's sentences. So we went around in a circle and improvise a line that would help connect the next sentence to the next sentence. And then the third one I remember was called the elevation game. And our job was to have a conversation where each member of the conversation had to get louder and louder and louder.
That's right. And we played the trust fall game, which I really liked.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The thing that I loved about the trust fall game was knowing that I was going to get caught by my co-stars, by my friends.
Maybe.
And the thing about that is that didn't exist in my life. I didn't trust anybody in my life. Like, I had learned not to trust anybody at all. And I
wrote a
was
song about it.
playing that game with you guys. And playing that game with
That was Rob Reiner, man. That was the safety of being, you know, it's funny, that's a good freaking point, Will, which is that, you know, people have asked me, of course, with all the Me Too stuff and everything, you know, was Rob Reiner safe? Or like, did Rob Reiner do this? Or did Rob Reiner do that? I was like, Rob Reiner was amazing, okay? Let me put it that way. He was like a dad to us. He was like
I
a
really
uncle
do
to us.
love knowing that you guys were safe when you
Yeah, and it
We
was
were
so
safe.
safe
Yeah.
that, like what Will just said, I mean, that's pretty unbelievable to think about for some traumatized kids who've been abused